Welcome back to Half a Clue Movie Review. No gimmicks, nothing weird, just
pure analytics.
Pure analytics. We watched a movie, a motion picture film, and now we are going to sit in a circle and discuss it while we're being recorded for Ron's enjoyment. Or enjoyment?
Yeah, my enjoyment. Yeah, we're going to break down all of the statistics of this film, what did, measure it empirically as possible to determine whether it's a good film or not.
Why'd you pick Moneyball, Jason?
Because I like it. And I guess I'm feeling romantic about baseball because baseball season started.
So why didn't you pick it, or why did you pick it over the myriad of other great baseball movies?
Just because I wanted to watch this one again. I've only seen this like once, maybe twice before, and I remember really enjoying it. So that's what I do on this podcast. I watch movies that I want to watch, and I'll put very much thought into it, to be honest.
Fair enough.
It's like a baseball movie that's not about baseball.
Yeah, that's kind of what I like about it.
I was like, this is like the nerdiest sports movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I like that aspect of
I do like it.
baseball in general. I like the, behind the scenes stuff and like the analytics and the strategies and stuff. That's stuff I like. So
when you said you're picking a baseball movie, I thought you were going to pick League of Their Own.
that is a great movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, that movie's awesome. Tom Hanks is great.
But anyways, Ron, do you have history for us?
Oh, yeah. All right. So released in 2011, Moneyball tells the true story of how the Oakland Athletics revolutionized baseball using data-driven analysis. The film is based on the best-selling book, Moneyball, The Art of Winning in Unfair Game by Michael Lewis, which chronicles how A's general manager, Billy Beane, challenged traditional baseball scouting by embracing sabermetrics to build a competitive team on one of the smallest budgets in Major League Baseball. The film adaptation had a long and complicated development process. Brad Pitt had been attached to the star for years, while David Frankel was initially set to direct, with Steven Zaillian, it's a hard name, writing the screenplay, whom were eventually replaced by Steven Soderbergh, who envisioned a radical semi-documentary approach that would feature interviews with real athletes and even have actual players and coaches portray themselves. However, just days before filming was scheduled to begin in July 2009, the project was shut down and placed into a turnaround due to creative disagreements between Soderbergh and the studio over a last-minute script to rewrite. Well, it's basically the studio didn't really like what Soderbergh was planning. Apparently he had like a lot more of like comedy thought of this movie. He wanted it to be way more funny, which is really funny because you watch this movie.
It is funny.
It is funny, but it's also pretty serious. Like it takes itself pretty seriously.
Yeah.
Like there's lighthearted moments, like right here we're watching it. It's when they go to Hadenberg's house and then they're like, and he's like, oh, like it's like, how hard is it to learn? He's like, it can't be that hard. And he's like, it's incredibly hard. He's like, why? He's like, he's like, what about the fans? He's like, yeah, maybe I'll teach one of them.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like Steven Soderbergh is a good director for this kind of project too.
I agree.
Feels like it would fit him very well.
To have seen that.
It's one of those interesting what ifs, right? After Soderbergh's departure, Bennett Miller was placed in the director's chair, and Pitt also came on board as a producer. An acclaimed writer, including Aaron Sorkin, joined Zaillian and Stan Chevron to reshape the screenplay into a character-driven drama about innovation, failure, and the changing nature of sports. When the film was released on September 23rd, 2011, it was met with the strong critical praise and enthusiastic audience reception, particularly in the performances by Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill. This is like Jonah Hill's first dramatic role.
Yeah.
He won an Oscar.
He did. And the film went on to gross over 110 million worldwide and became one of the most critically acclaimed sports films of the decade. Yeah. Lots of, what's called nominations and stuff at the Oscars. And even so, Moneyball remains widely celebrated for translating a complex, real-life baseball revolution into an engaging and emotionally resonant story about challenging the status quo. Yeah.
That was beautiful, Ron. Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
I cried.
Yeah. Dude, this movie gets me emotional. If we want to talk about initial impressions, not to jump the gun.
No, we can talk about initial impressions. I've never seen this movie. By the way, I'm probably the only one here who hasn't. I imagine you all have, right?
Yes.
I never got around to it. I'm just not really a sports guy. But I think that's kind of what I liked about this movie is that it's really not about the sport. It's about, like the economics and like them shaping a team and kind of going a non-conventional route to kind of manage everything. I thought it was very interesting. You said Aaron Sorkin wrote it, and that makes a lot of sense because, or helped write it. You said
he was gonna write the second draft. That was like they were almost gonna shoot that version of it, but then they had oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I'm thinking Soderbergh. No, but yes, Aaron Sorkin did come in and do the rewrites.
That makes sense.
Makes
this
sense.
feels like an Aaron Sorkin movie.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of the scenes, especially the scenes that had the scouts in them. I felt like those were very heavily like Aaron Sorkin's style, right? From the stuff where they're talking to Billy Bean when he's a kid coming up in baseball, to even like the stuff where they're sitting around the round table, kind of discussing, okay, who are we gonna pick, right? A lot of that very conversational, big group writing is where I think that Sorkin does excel, and he pulled it off very well.
You guys are looking for Fabio. Guy in the background. Who's Fabio? I think he's a shortstop for the Mariners.
I do love that scene because they're just like talking about, like, oh, he's a good-looking kid, you know, like the type of stuff that like dumb scouts care about.
Yeah.
His girlfriend's ugly.
His girlfriend's a 6 at most, a 6. Bad confidence.
Well,
bad confidence.
you know, not necessarily dumb scouts because, I mean, baseball is not just about winning games.
Well, I think
It's about selling tickets.
I think we can get into the.
Well, that's
I guess like the heart of the sport and kind of the central conflict of this movie, right? Where it really is that kind of old style thinking versus like, you know, this new wave kind of approach. But I just want to say, like, so the first time I watched this movie was probably maybe like around the same, probably the same year it came out. I think I just rented it.
From Blockbuster?
Yeah, I don't know, 2011. I'm not even sure Blockbuster was around anywhere.
Hollywood Video then.
Yeah, there's actually this place next to where I grew up was called Mega Video, and it was just like it was just
glorious.
it was one of those very cheap rental places. Anyway, but like I watched this movie, and I also put it off because I didn't really care.
Shit. Sorry. Trying to silence
it's all right.
stuff.
It's all right.
It's okay. So I do remember like renting this movie and watching it, and it was like I also really didn't have any interest in it, but I don't really know why I really chose to watch it. Maybe it was just the buzz or whatever, but I was like, yeah, I'll watch it, fine, because like whatever. And it just blew me away, and I was like, and it's become one of my favorite movies. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Like in general?
Really?
Like in general.
I didn't know you felt that strongly about this.
It's weird. It's like, I really can't explain it, but it was like, it's one that slowly developed over time too. It wasn't like I watched it and I was like, oh my God, I love this. I can't wait to watch it again. It was just like, I watched it and I was like, oh, that was a good movie. And then like, I just kind of like kept revisiting it over the years to the point where I'm just like, I think this is just one of my favorite movies at this point. Like, it's like I'll watch a scene and then I'll be like rewind it or something, go back and I'll be like, oh no, I'll watch more of it, and then I end up watching like the whole movie and I'm just like, okay, like I don't know. And it's really hard to like approaching this episode was interesting because I've never really tried to overthink why I like this movie so much. I've just enjoyed it. So it's kind of fun now, like kind of trying to break it down and be like, okay, what is it about this movie why is it so special to me? And yeah, I can't wait to talk about it.
All right, that concludes our episode. So.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, for coming in.
No, I don't know. This movie's watchable, definitely. It's not as bad as a lot of the movies that we've watched on this podcast.
Well, it got you in a baseball mood. You're all in your Milwaukee Brewers get up.
First of all, if I have a reason to wear, baseball get up, I'm going to wear baseball get up. Also, this weekend, opening day, right?
Is it?
I thought that was...
It's
coming up.
It's
coming
close.
up. Yeah. I don't follow baseball that closely, but baseball season is starting right now.
Which is funny because you are dressed like a baseball player at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. Got to get in the stuff when.
I'll say
baseball.
is it's a clean looking sport. The uniforms are very very solid.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I dislike this movie. Let's make that clear. I do enjoy this movie. Not a big fan of Jonah Hill. Not a big fan of Brad Pitt. Not a big fan of a lot of the actors in this movie.
You don't like Philip Seymour Hoffman?
I didn't say that. I said a lot of the actors. And well,
he doesn't like that one scouting guy. Fuck you, Billy.
That's right here.
He's right. He's right when he gets fired right here. That's like one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie. he's like, baseball is gonna chew you up and spit you out, and you're destroying. You can't rethink this game. And then and he's
Why
like,
are you're giving the voice of the RoboCop guy. What's that guy's name?
Peter Weller.
Yeah, you're giving like a Peter Weller impression right now.
I want my Oreo. Lumen, stupid fucking name.
Mess with the bowl, you get the horn.
Okay, I'm sorry. We're all over the
We're
place.
all over the place.
What,
Yeah.
what are you saying? You don't like the actors in this movie?
Yeah, no, just in general, like I don't typically like a lot of these actors.
Okay.
Right?
You don't like Brad Pitt?
No, I don't. I'm not a fan of Brad Pitt.
Why?
I think you just
I
don't
don't
like
know.
handsome actors. I think I've noticed
Well,
the
he also
bias.
doesn't like Jonah Hill.
He's not that handsome.
What does that
though.
say about handsome men?
You can't say that
Brad Pitt's
Pitt,
very handsome.
He's
Get out of here.
famously handsome.
That's like his
like,
thing.
and
It's been
I'm-
a detriment to his career.
I was
Look
going to
how
say, it's a
handsome he
detriment
is.
to this movie, actually, because in the beginning, when he's supposed to be all down and out, I'm like, you're too cool looking to be this sad. like, I don't believe it.
I think it fits this character, though, because he was like, he's the guy the scouts went after.
Yeah,
he was
exactly.
good. He was good looking. Like, so I think
He's
he
got the
fits it.
face. He's got the body.
Yeah.
You guys are trying to sell jeans here. He has that. I think. Yeah, you're right. He does have the right look for it. I think. In this
And
case, for
that's
sure.
what he's like combating. So I don't know. I think it works pretty well with his character.
Yeah,
Why don't
he's
you
like
Brad Pitt?
I don't know. I don't like actors that are overused in things.
Why don't you like Jonah Hill?
Just because I probably saw him at like a bad time when I like first saw like Superbad.
He's great in Superbad.
is.
He's
It's
so
great.
annoying though. Like it just like gets on my nerves. Like I
Yeah.
can't stand that movie
That's
to be
scary.
honest.
Have you ever seen
Superbad? That's
Wolf
like-
of Wall Street?
Yeah,
He's
he,
fantastic
He
in
gets
Wolf
on
of
my
Wall Street.
nerves in Wolf of Wall Street too.
kinda
like
Crack
I,
with me, Jordan.
Smoke crack with me, Jordan. Smoke crack with me.
I don't know why. It's just something just rubs me the wrong way about him.
Okay.
Okay.
Just you watch.
All right.
Just you
So
watch.
All right. Well, what do you think of their performances in this movie alone? Not
Oh
like,
no! Well, see, that's what I was trying to get to.
Okay.
Okay. Was that I don't usually like them, but I think that they did a good job in this movie. I think that the characters were well written for them, and they executed their performances fine. And I think Chris Pratt did a much better job than he usually does in
I agree.
films. And he's like Hollywood's leading man number one right now.
Ooh,
And-
not right now.
Or
No.
He
well-
was for a while.
well, okay.
For a while.
for a couple years
around
there,
Guardians
right?
too, I'd say that was like when he peaked.
Yeah, but this is before that though, and
Yeah,
I feel like I can see from this movie why people started taking him seriously.
Yeah,
in
this
Hollywood.
was like his first like serious role, along with Jonah Hill. There's a lot of
Yeah.
like they'd already kind of proven their talents. I want to say right in comedy, but
Not in like a more serious movie.
yeah, but most people they just don't take comedic actors ever seriously. They're like, yeah, you're funny, but can you act? Even though like most comedic actors, I feel
Are
like
actually really good,
Yeah, they
yeah.
tend to be like the best at it, but whatever. Anyway, so yeah.
Oh
this-
no, I am super judgmental about that. I have trouble taking comedic actors seriously, as you know.
Miles is the system. He's trying to.
I am. I'm the system that's
Miles
tearing him
doesn't like
down.
anything.
I don't.
Anyway, so but yeah, so you like their performances?
Yeah,
here?
no, I think that their performances were pretty good in this movie, and they executed them well.
Okay.
No, and like I said, this is definitely a watchable movie.
It is.
Very watchable.
It's watchable. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are we?
I don't know. I gave my initial impression.
this is
Jason,
initial
Miles?
impressions.
Jason,
Yeah.
initial impression.
I hate doing it when it's my movie. I think
Yeah.
that's
Why?
lame. Because like I shouldn't have to. Because I chose it. It's no
Okay.
reason to give my initial impressions on a movie I absolutely have seen before.
Well, Blake, this was your. Did you give yours?
I already didn't I give mine? I
Yeah,
said yes.
basically.
I was
You're
like, I liked it.
Yes, already. Okay, all right. Well, let's get into then like strengths and the weaknesses. For me, it's like there's so much in this movie, but like just on the most superficial level, there's the look to this film. I don't know. I love. It feels kind of very like it feels grounded and serious, yet like dramatic and like kind of romantic, right? Like especially the night baseball scenes, like with the arena,
Yeah,
and it's like
the
very
lighting in those
it's
scenes.
hard backlit. There's like a lot of like deep shadows and everything. Like when they're inside like the bullpen or the like going through like the insides of like the stadium, it feels very like like it feels kind of dour. Like you kind of get like everyone's a little depressed here for, and I guess you can understand why, but like it's I don't know. I think it's just a really strong looking movie. Very solid.
The look of their offices are all just like it looks like they're 2 decades behind,
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it also, they feel like baseball offices. Like they
Yes.
really feel like you see a lot of the stuff where sports movies and the offices that the coaches have in the locker rooms, they don't look like they've really been used at all. They don't look like real. But
Yeah.
this stuff all feels real.
Very lived in.
And
yeah,
it-
and then like I did want to mention the set dressing as well.
Yeah.
There was one scene that I noticed where they had like a little kitchen, and there was just like a piece of paper up on one of the cabinets, and it just had like information about like, oh yeah, make sure you don't get dehydrated because like you'll lose performance if you get too dehydrated. And I was like, man, that's like something that they would put in like the little like player's kitchen. Right, just like
Yeah.
a little informative thing, but who would have thought to put that there as set dressing?
Yeah.
Like I think it's excellent.
And I think they shot like a lot of the arena scenes in either, I think, the Dodger Stadium and the actual Oakland Coliseum, which is kind of crazy. I feel like there's a whole other like level to this movie now where it's like the Oakland the A's are leaving Oakland.
Yeah.
And it's like it just feels extra sad now. Like they're going to Vegas. They're following the Raiders, which boo, you guys
Yeah, that
lame,
sucks,
dude.
dude.
Like I hate the Raiders anyway, but I'm like they belong in Oakland. Like them being in Vegas, that's ugh.
Yeah,
But whatever.
that-
I don't know why everybody's moving to a dying city right now. It's
money,
wild.
man. It's money. It's all the entertainment. But yeah, I don't know. I think that adds like a layer of dramatic irony to this, where it's like, damn, dude, like they couldn't even make it last there. They're gone. But yeah, so besides that, what else works for you guys in this movie?
It's paced very well. You have to consider, I mean, this is because Aaron Sorkin wrote it, but it's a movie about like dudes talking in like shitty offices. It's like a
Yeah.
two
It's what he does best.
yeah, that is
honestly.
that's what I mean. Like that's why it works so well, because Aaron Sorkin wrote it. But it's paced very well. It is mostly just dudes talking in offices, but it's paced well. So you really like it takes you along the story it needs to tell you perfectly, and it keeps it really engaging because of that. So pacing is one of the things that really works.
Yeah. Right now, we just saw a scene where like the sports media people are like grilling the team, right? Right, their first game, they're like, you're getting barely paid anything. Your brother's getting paid a lot. You're not very healthy right now, and it's just like. I feel like this movie captures really well like the brutality of like sports media.
Yes.
It's like they love to tear people fucking down. I mean, they'll build people up and be like, "Oh my god, this guy's amazing," and blah blah, and like over exaggerate how.
But
good a
one
player
bad
is.
game and they'll fucking turn on you. You see it
Done.
at the end of this movie, like to get into the end when they lose the whole movie. Everyone's like hyping them up, and then at the end they're like, they're just not a good baseball
Yeah, they're
team. And
fundamentally
Yeah.
like error. They're wrong in their approach to the sport, and it's like, oh, dude,
it's the way it goes.
heartbreaking.
I mean, fans are the same way. Like
Yeah.
one bad game and they'll just be like, sell the fucking team.
as a Broncos fan, it's like the past 10 years we've been like struggling, and then we've had 2 years of like decent success, and suddenly it's like all I ever see from like a lot of fans, like at least quick reactions and shit, like on like Instagram and whatever, is just like they're suddenly big babies now, and I'm just
Yep.
like, they're like, what? I can't believe this. Oh, fire Sean Payton. It's like, shut the dude. We would not be there a game away from the Super Bowl without Sean Payton. But whatever. But yeah, it's a sports thing. But I think it captures that well. I think again, like you're saying, Sorkin, the writing, the pacing, explaining all this again, someone who has no knowledge of how baseball works at all, being able to like have like a decent understanding of what like the struggles that they face. Like I think the 3 scenes that spell it out for me the best is there's a like right after they lose they're like in the finals or something, right? The opening,
The NLDS,
which that's like
the National League Divisional Series,
gotcha. They lose that, and then you see Billy and he goes to talk to the GM, and
or
he's just
ALDS. Sorry, but
and he's like, we need money. We need more money. We can't compete with these fucking teams. Like it's too hard. The Yankees are like again, they're stripping him of everything. And then he's like, nope, can't do it. And he's like, okay, so that's 2 losses in a row. Then immediately goes to the like with the scouts room, and he's like, okay, and it's just more of the same, and it's just like this isn't getting anywhere. And like my favorite line where he's like, someone's like, to this person, are we gonna find anyone who's as good as I forget what player? And then they're like, nope. And he's like, what the fuck are we doing? Another big loss. Can't manage it. And then he goes to the Cleveland Indians guy, like he's trying to figure out like negotiate, and he can't get a single thing moving. They're just like, nope, can't do it, can't afford it, not going to trade that guy. And it's just like you just see the frustration just build so much. It's like I don't know. It really puts you in his shoes. Like it's like, damn, these people are really starting off from nothing.
Yeah, and it really does a good job of explaining to you the behind the scenes of I feel like a lesser writer would not be able to convey a lot of these things accurately to someone who doesn't know baseball.
And also make it feel like they're not just explaining key bullet points to you.
Here's a
and to keep
PowerPoint.
it entertaining as well. Yeah, no, it's very well done in that regard. I don't know anything about baseball. I don't even really know the rules of the game. And this movie got me like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know things now. I could be a GM.
I think you'd be a great GM.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Me too.
You'd be like trading mascots.
I'd get you on the team, Ron.
Thanks. Yeah. That'd just be a detriment to everybody.
What's like the baseball equivalent of a quarterback?
I mean, probably a starting pitcher is the closest.
You'll be the starting pitcher.
Yeah, sweet. It'll land like 20 feet in front of the plate, like in one. Okay, so I think another real like strong point for this is the score and like just like the sound design just generally throughout this movie. Sneaky, very good. Like there's a lot, like especially in the dramatic moments. Like probably my favorite part of the whole movie, or one of my favorite parts, is like the streak when it's just like that's like everything's building up, and the way they kind of interweave like the sports radio talk and like the news footage and then like the stuff in the game as it's happening, the crowd's reactions and everything. It's just like, I don't know, super smooth. Like,
well, it's great because it really ramps it up all the way to where it's at the top, and they are in this, impossible to lose situation.
Yeah.
And then it just very quickly goes from like, oh, they're gonna do this. They're gonna have the record, no problem, to, oh wait, no, this is going bad, and it's going bad quickly.
They blew an 11-run lead.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
And then just for it to come back and swoop back up to have a high point, and then, get hit with, hey, we did all we could. We played our hearts out, but we still just couldn't make the grade.
Yeah. Something else I love is they build, and then they almost always follow it with silence.
yeah,
It almost always ends in like just Billy just sitting there, and it really just punches you in the gut there.
like that whole sequence. It ends with was it Hattenberg hits that home run and just pow, and that's the last sound you hear.
Yeah.
Is just the crack of the bat, and you see everyone celebrating, and you see like Billy's head pop up.
I
and
love
then-
that because anyone who's watched a stressful baseball game and you're like, I'm not going to fucking watch, I'm not going to watch, then you hear the pop of a bat immediately every time you look. Like, it's very relatable.
How can you not get romantic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, and then it's silent for a while until I don't remember what breaks the silence, but it's just it kind of lets you just kind of sit in it and you just soak, and yeah, there's a few moments like that. Yeah, it's great sound design. Even like when they're like really zooming in on all the computer numbers and everything, it's like I'm not processing that information. It's like 67, 47%. Blah, blah,
There's
blah.
like calculus on there. It's just like,
Yeah,
I
This is
don't
the
know what it
algorithm.
means, but I know it means something to them.
Yeah.
So,
The
He's
actual
hacking
numbers
baseball.
don't matter.
yeah.
It's the idea of the numbers that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that goes hand in hand too with the soundtrack.
Yes.
It's again it's
Iconic.
yeah, very quiet, very like subdued most of the time, but it'll like kind of swell up and really hit and just like oof.
I know a big part of it is because it's written by Aaron Sorkin, but it's also the soundtrack where this movie just reminds me of The Social Network a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like it has that same kind of like almost ambient score.
Yeah.
And that
Great.
score is like it's well used amongst baseball fans. Like if a big play happens, they'll like edit the soundtrack
Nice.
behind it, and like it's good. It's fun.
Kind of following that up, with their big win streak that they had, and then the drop off and afterwards, because they end up, not pulling off.
They end up in
you
the
know,
same exact
what they wanted to.
place they
Yeah.
were the season before.
But I think that the great thing is when he goes and he talks to the guy from the Red Sox afterwards, and the guy from the Red Sox is like, yeah, it costs the Yankees $1.2 million per win.
Yeah.
It cost you $126,000. Like,
Crazy.
insane. Like, just the magnitudes of difference when it comes to like how much money it really like it was costing them to make their wins.
Yeah, it's huge.
I think like it's a lot of this movie is telling like a really common like sports story thing of like it's a group of misfits. They're like, the underdogs, and then they try to do this thing, but it does the Rocky approach of like they don't make it and they still lose in the end, and it's about the friends you make along the way. No, but like it still manages to really capture that like feeling. Apparently it's like not super accurate to real life. Like Art Howe, the coach, was actually like a really chill guy. Like everyone really liked him, and apparently like A's fans or other baseball fans are like upset. They're like, they made him look like a jerk. But Philip Seymour Hoffman, I think, crushes it. He's so good because I think they just needed that like
resistance.
They
Yeah.
needed an internal villain,
absolutely,
right?
yeah.
Because that way they could justify the initial failure
yeah,
on somebody else.
I do wish we got more of him after they started
I was going to
winning.
say
Yeah.
that. I
You
was
know?
going to say in general, we see a lot of resistance early on, and like it looks like Brad Pitt's and Jonah Hill's method isn't working. And we see Philip Seymour Hoffman, we see the owner, we see all these people like saying like, oh, see. We don't actually get the reaction to them like winning though,
Yeah.
ever, which is an interesting choice.
Well,
I would have liked to see that.
So that's the other thing. It's right when Chris Pratt's character hits the home run,
Yeah.
right? Which, if you've like listened throughout the movie, his whole thing was like he gets on base a lot, but most of the time it's by being walked. Like
Yeah,
he's
Singles,
not.
you know.
Yeah, he's not a big heavy hitter, so that's like shocking, right?
Yes.
Everybody's like, oh yeah, he's just gonna try to get on base, and then he hits a home run. But Philip Seymour Hoffman's character, just the way that he looked in that scene and everything that you know about him so far, it's like it almost felt like he was intentionally trying to throw the game because he didn't want this to work, right? And I was getting a little bit of that vibe, and I don't know if that's what was intended from the movie, but that's kind of the
Maybe.
feeling I was getting.
I could see why you would think that, just given the fact that, again, we didn't get to see him like enjoy the process of winning.
Yeah.
They kind of just left him as a villain instead, even though he's like one of the biggest parts of the fucking team.
There's never a part where you see him go up to Brad Pitt and go, "Whoops, sorry." Like I guess you're
Well, he
right.
doesn't need to do that. He doesn't
Yeah.
need to apologize.
This is the part of the movie that I realize the error of my ways.
I think that's like it also kind of pushes the like I guess like the thesis home that like that all these other people are still going to resist it no matter what, or they don't even want to admit it, because even like when they start the win streak, they're like attributing Art Howe to be like he's just managing the hell out of this like shitty team, like they really want to be like he's the guy. It's not because Billy assembled this or anything. And it's like I mean there's some credit due, of course. Obviously you're a coach, you're doing a lot too,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's an interesting thing. It's like I feel like we were kind of maybe missing something there. Another one I just talking about like favorite scenes. I love when they're like once they kind of they got the streak going, and then they start like negotiating like with the other teams, and they can like like we want Rancone and blah, blah, blah. And then they start like they have that scene with Jonah Hill, and they're on the phone. They're like talking to like 4 different GMs, and they're like figuring it out. It's so great.
Well, that's also another fantastic Sorkin scene,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Where there's so much going on, so many moving pieces, which he's really good at writing that.
Yeah.
Which that's very hard to write in a script if anybody's ever tried to do that.
Yeah, 2 guys in a room
Yeah.
talking to like 3 or 4 other dudes that are on the phone.
there.
Yeah, you barely hear what they're saying, and it's just like, and they're just moving pieces back
Make
and
it
forth.
exciting, make it interesting.
Yeah.
It's a
And then-
well written.
And then the follow up to that, which is like, and then you see the real like human cost of it, which then they're like, oh shit, we have to like cut somebody, and it's not even like the guy got traded; he's just fired, right? Basically.
I
well-
think that they were sending him down.
Yeah, to the minor leagues.
Yeah.
Okay,
So to one of their like filter teams.
interesting. That's funny. Yeah, it's funny watching this too, like as a football fan and seeing like a lot of the differences between baseball and football, where it's like in football there's like the salary cap, there's like a lot of like things kind of in place to make sure, I guess, that it's a little bit more even across the across the board in terms of like who can just, you can't just buy out a bunch of players because then like it's like you can only do so much, and I don't know, it promotes it. But that, which kind of leads me to like what kind of is crazy to me is like, because in football when you're going to draft a player, 99% of the time it's like out of college, right? But in this movie you see like Billy getting like drafted, or I guess like just picked up out of like high school, right? He's like 17 or something, right?
I think that's also rare in baseball.
Yeah.
I think most players go through college, but like obviously there are exceptions. Like I know Clayton Kershaw, for example, was drafted out of high school, but like for high-end prospects, they're usually coming out of high school, I believe.
Wow. But it's like, and I love how they kind of show the fact that like Billy he's a kid and he's being offered like, you know, his dream and millions of dollars and all the like this, you know, this prospects and everything. Like this is all yours. It could be right there. And it's like, how, of course he's not going to say no. Like how could you say no?
Yeah.
And then it leads to nothing, right? Like he fails. And that happens every year too. Like even the guys that coming out of college and they're like really big and first rounds and everything. And then it just adds up to nothing, because then it's like, oh, well, I guess you just couldn't make it in the big leagues. And it's like, fuck.
Especially because the insinuation that the scouts make, which is basically like, hey, you know what? We're going to draft you right now. We're going to give you money. And there's a chance that you have an injury or something, or, you know, you don't make it through college to be able to play professional.
Yeah.
Which, fortunately, I think the NCAA has made it more viable for people who could just go pro to actually go and play at the college level. Yeah, they get paid now. And I think that that's a good thing, because there's so many instances where people have basically lost their entire career because they're playing in college and they get injured, and they might not be able to afford to treat the injury because they just don't have enough money.
Yeah, but the like counter argument to going to college though is you're at college, you could get a degree and like pivot, right?
Yeah.
Going straight into the league and then you get injured in your first year, that shit sucks.
Yeah.
You know?
I like that's where he, at the end of the movie or near the end, when he's talking to Jonah Hill's character, and he's like, yeah, I'm a 40-something-year-old like guy with like a high school degree, and like that's it, you know, and a girl that would like to put through college, you know, and it's like, yeah, it's rough when you really boil it down to it. I mean, shit, man, I hope he like invested some of his money though, but like up to this point, it's like it's tough to be a guy in that position.
Yeah, especially because he was the GM of the fucking Oakland A's, right? Like he's not making a whole lot of money. I mean, I'm sure he's getting by just fine, but compared to some GMs, probably not.
But also, like, if he loses his job with the Oakland A's, I mean, is anybody else really going to hire him? Unless he's successful?
Not before this season.
Yeah.
Not before this season.
Right? You know, he's got no college education. That's a problem, right? Because
what does that guy say?
Immediately
he's
like
you'll be working at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah.
We're explaining to our kids why you're working at Dick's Sporting Goods.
And you're doing a Peter Weller voice.
I'm not going to fire you, Grady.
And he probably couldn't
you,
even
Billy.
go coach a college team, you know?
Yeah.
Which, I don't know.
It happens. Yeah, but that's the thing that sometimes happens with coaches, is that they'll drop down to college, they'll do really well, and then they'll be like, oh, hey, we're just kidding. We like, you know, here's another shot. You know, fucking Jim Harbaugh for like the NFL right now, or the Chargers. Or is that John? No, it's Jim. Yeah, it happens. They sometimes do that. Even Bill Belichick is in North Carolina right now.
See, but you have to get that
Yeah.
job coaching college.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I think that's the thing, is like most college like teams are like, oh, an NFL guy wants to come here, and like, yay, you know. I mean, with some, I don't know. To be honest, I don't really watch that much college stuff anyway.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah. Okay. And anything else? You guys have like last thoughts? Something you guys want to talk about this, or touch on the scene maybe that you like, your favorite moments throughout this movie?
I think we covered most of them. Like,
That's a good movie. I just don't have that much to say about it, really.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a really smart popcorn movie.
I-
That's
I-
kind of how I feel about
So
it.
I will say there's another movie, The Trouble with the Curve, which came out like a year after this movie and almost refutes the ideas of this movie, which is like, oh yeah, you should be looking at the stats heavily, right? And that's really what it's about.
Well, that's
and
that's what they do in this movie.
yeah, no, but Trouble with the Curve basically said, no, that's all bullshit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You want to have like traditional scouts. There's all these things that you can't really tell just by looking at numbers on a spreadsheet.
Well,
And it's impossible to actually like really rank all these players based on like just their stats and their scores. There's little subtle things.
Well, I think like after Moneyball became a big thing, and especially after this movie, the analytics in baseball became like crazy, and they still are. Like every team does this now. Every single
Well,
team.
and I mean, forever people have been stats nerds in baseball.
Yeah.
Right?
But they're
I mean, it's
looking
one
at
of
the
the
wrong
few
stats, right?
Yeah, no, but
Like-
it's one of the few sports where literally people have their scorecards, and like part of watching the game is scoring the game.
But like, people used to put such a huge emphasis on batting average. Really, no one cares about batting average anymore. It's all about on base percentage, which is completely different.
That's smart. Yeah.
So it's this whole thing has changed. He says like, if we do win doing it this way, we will have changed baseball. And he didn't win, but he kind of did change baseball. Like everyone does this shit now, which is cool. I think they go a little too far sometimes, but
I think that's what to me this movie also kind of highlights is they it's like, yes, the numbers and everything, but there is like kind of that heart, the intangibles, right? That's like really hard to capture, that you can't really see exactly on a computer. And part of that is what makes it feel so emotional and everything, It's like this movie kind of reminds me of like Rudy, where it's like it's the underdog thing and everything, and it's like not exactly true to life. Like apparently Rudy was kind of like a dick or something. I don't remember, but like I think it was like Joe Montana was like nobody was carrying Rudy off, like like, but like the spirit of it is there, and you kind of really feel it, and it's like for a movie that's so wrapped up in analytics and stats and like it's you'd think it'd be really easy to lose sight of that, but you don't. And I don't know, that's one of my favorite parts of this, is that I feel like there is a balance to it, right? You got to get those, you got to figure out those like the stats and what kind of works and what adds up, and then have a little bit of the extra heart and stuff that you can't really see.
Yeah.
And that's and I think I don't know, maybe that's
Well, I think one of the big things with Trouble with the Curve too was also saying that all stats are not really created equally. Like if you have somebody playing in the minor leagues and they're putting up just amazing stats, well, they might not be playing against somebody who has some of the skill sets that they're going to be facing in the major leagues. So they could perform significantly worse. And that's kind of like the whole concept behind it. And it's not understanding that, right?
yeah.
And being able to tell that about a player without actually seeing them up against, the types of opponents that they're going to have is very important. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's true.
I just wanted to mention that because a very similar movie really did feel like a response to this movie. So
Are you guys ready for
I was gonna say Brad Pitt eats a lot.
he
He
does
does.
eat a lot.
That's like
One of
his
his things.
trademark as an actor. He loves to eat.
maybe that's why I don't like Brad Pitt.
Because he eats? What a crime.
I don't like people eating while they talk. It's a thing. You guys know that.
He eats a Twinkie in 2 bites.
Yeah.
My favorite part is like what that negotiating scene, and then he has he just stuffs a mouthful of like popcorn, and then like the phone starts ringing, and he just like spits it all out right away. He's like, "Hey!" and he just like starts talking. I don't know.
Or he always has dip in his like dip cup. He's always
Yeah.
he's always got something going on. With
Got a
his
real
mouth.
oral fixation.
Yeah,
He eats mac and cheese in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It looks so good, too.
he eats in like every scene of.
Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got like little cocktail shrimp. He's got like he's always something. Just adds to the cool factor,
Well, who doesn't love cocktail shrimp?
It's
Me?
delicious.
I like
You don't
it.
like cocktail
He
shrimp?
doesn't like
I don't like
shrimp.
Oh my god.
I know.
You
Sad.
actually witnessed me eat shrimp, like one of the few times in my life. So
Wait, when?
Was it bacon wrapped?
when we went to the hibachi place for Miles's birthday.
Why'd you try the shrimp?
What?
Why'd you eat the shrimp?
I just tried it.
Because there's nothing. Yeah. Because even if you don't
was
like something, you
there
should at
and-
least try it again. you know?
Yeah.
That's just not like you. That's the thing.
Well, if you're gonna have shrimp anywhere, having a hibachi place is like a pretty good choice.
Did you like it there?
I mean, it was fine. I mean, I'm not gonna go back and eat shrimp there.
Oh, you know
I'll
what
get
I
their
remember,
steak.
Miles? You said something like you're part of like the Big Boys Plate Club now or something to him.
What?
You said some shit.
Oh,
like that
yeah,
to-
you did.
You're like you're part of like the Big Boys Plate Club now.
Yeah.
I don't
You love
remember
your
this
food.
shit.
You did.
I must have been.
And then you thought that was like a mean thing to say, so you apologized.
It was quite funny. That hibachi place is good.
That's good.
What do we want to talk about?
Final thoughts, maybe?
I don't know. It's good. I just don't have that much to say about it, but I really liked it. I thought it was.
It
a really
might
good
also
movie.
be because we finished watching it like 5 minutes
Yeah.
before we started this, so we haven't had a whole lot of time to process.
Gotta digest. Yeah, we had to expedite this episode. Sorry, guys.
Thanks,
That's on
Ron.
me. That's on me.
We're actually going to record next week's episode right now. Without having even
Wait,
seen
whose
the
pick
movie.
is next, by the way?
I think it's
They
Blake.
said it was me.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just making sure I remember.
All right. Final thoughts, Ron?
Honestly, it still remains one of my favorite movies.
I didn't know that.
I think it's just because I've rewatched it. I feel like 3 times in the past like 2 days. So like, I'm gonna I think sit on it for a while before I do try to reapproach it. But I did actually buy it, which I'd never done, and I was like surprised. I was like I'm pretty sure I own this movie, and I was like I don't have it. I was like what? But yeah, I think I said it all pretty much in my opening remark. This movie is like it's weird how much it's grown on me as the years have gone on, and how it just kind of like I don't know what it is. It just strikes a chord. It just hits a special place. Something about like the core message of it, finding value in people that are often overlooked, or it's just like I don't know. It's just like there's something special about that. I always love a good underdog story. Who doesn't? Yeah, I love this movie.
Yeah. So, Jason, you had said earlier that you didn't want to give your initial impressions on this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also said that you hadn't watched it in a while before you watched it right now. So, watching it again, what did you think of this movie, watching it this time? Has your opinion changed on the movie?
No, not at all. It's just as good as it was when I initially watched it. I think it's like, I don't know. It's just like a fucking solid movie the whole way through. You can't really find any flaws in it. It's well written, well acted, well directed, looks great. Like, it's just an enjoyable watch. And I don't want to wait so long in between watches this time.
You're gonna watch it tomorrow, you think?
Yeah, I'm going home.
Would you
and
call
watching
this
it right now?
Kino? No, I'm kidding.
Yes, I would call
Yeah.
this Kino.
You would pick this for Keynovember.
Yeah, sure.
For guilty pleasure.
I'm picking it. I'm picking it for Key November this year.
How does this stack up to Fired Up?
Or
Also an
Arming-
underdog sports movie.
Yeah.
Where they have to
Yeah.
reinvent the formula to get their team working.
In that one, yeah, you really don't even get the process of how the fuck that works in that movie.
Yeah.
Miles, do you have final thoughts?
Yeah. It's watchable.
Great.
Okay. I'm just kidding. No, I enjoyed this movie. It was a fun watch. Yeah, definitely. If you're into baseball or sports or just math, watch this movie.
Yeah. Or if
Yep.
you like movies, I think it's just like a good movie. I think most
Yeah.
people could sit down and enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a strangely accessible for like, you know, it's weird. It's one that you think would be, it's literally insider baseball stuff, but it's like somehow it's really kind of like almost anyone
Well, it's
can digest
insider
it.
baseball, but it's framed in such a way that like
Yeah.
you don't need to know anything about baseball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should we get into what we've been watching?
What have we been watching?
Well, Miles, I, and Jason have one shared one. We watched my favorite breakup movie, X-Men First Class.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, absolute just
mean-
worst movie I've seen in a long
Fuck
time.
you.
X-Men.
Fuck off.
X-Men Origins Magneto.
That's what it started out as, and it kind of shows.
I-
When you watch that movie with that in mind, you can tell.
I do really love that movie, but it does make me wish that they had actually just had a Magneto origin movie. It is, and it's really good in a lot of ways. Like, there's a lot of stuff around it, but I'm just like, man, I would have definitely paid to just watch like Eric Lenscher Nazi Hunter, like the movie of him just going all over the world and just being like, I'm just gonna track down every one of you motherfuckers that I can.
That is a great aspect in the beginning when he's like just hunting down the Nazis and everything.
Yeah,
like that bar scene's fucking dope.
Oh, it's so sick. It's like he's not moving the Golden Gate Bridge or fucking pulling down a meteor or something crazy. He's literally just throwing a knife back and forth and like holstering their guns and stuff. Like, I don't know, it's just really cool. It's little things.
X-Men First Class is the first movie in that franchise that really did cooler practical things with Magneto's powers.
Yeah.
Like by like holding people by like the watch.
Yeah.
Or like stunning them with like the fillings in their teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Or like there's like force choking people because they're wearing like some kind of necklace.
Yeah.
I really liked a lot of how they chose to use his powers in that movie. It was just like, oh, because in the later movies he's doing that crazy shit like moving the Golden Gate Bridge and stuff.
I'm moving the magnetic field around the planet. It's like, what? Like, I don't know. It's really cool just to kind of simplify it, to slow it down.
Plastic guns, they're learning.
I mean, he still did lift up a submarine while in a floating plane.
But I mean, that was kind of like it took the whole movie for him to be able to do something like that.
But
and even then he's like
the thing is though, like he's in a plane that's like hovering in the air. Like, you add that much weight, that plane is not staying up.
Wait,
I'm not sure that's how.
Wait, yet you think
works.
that he's like counteracting? Like he's a.
I mean, like
how do you think? What?
You would have to, wouldn't you?
I don't.
I
don't know. He's moving
think-
a submarine with his mind.
Yeah, I don't think the weight is connected to him.
No,
I
but
think
like
he's just
earlier in the
manipulating
movie,
it.
there's a scene, right, where he's like pushing against something and then he gets thrown backwards.
And I think when he's like fighting the tornado guy, he kind of gets like flown back or something. But I don't think there's any like resistance or anything. Like, he's not facing any resistance. Although he does, speaking of like little practical uses, when like the plane is flipping over and they don't have like their seatbelts on or whatever, and he just like magnetizes to hold down like Charles. I'm like, that's cool. Like, that's another one of those little like, oh, that's a cool little use of his power that you don't really think about, but it's cool to see.
Do you really hate the movie, Miles, or are you just trolling?
No,
You said you liked
I
it.
don't hate the movie. I think that it's probably one of the best superhero movies.
Yay.
So I would give
You
it
said
about
it
a
was
5.
bad. You said it was bad, though.
I know.
Look, it's a bad movie.
Hey, no, look, it's one of the best superhero movies.
It's the truth is you can't.
It
you
can
can't
still be a
understand.
bad movie.
You can't trust what Miles says.
I really like that movie. I like all the Magneto stuff. I like the Professor X stuff. I like it's a breakup movie, kind of.
Yeah.
Or at least a end of a friendship movie. Because it's that's one of the things I like about it too. Is if you go in for the first time, kind of like 45 minutes in, you're like, oh, this is gonna like end awful, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad because you really like that friendship that they build up together. And like they just have such great on-screen chemistry, and you're like, oh, like I wish things didn't get fucked up because I like watching them like be bros, basically.
Absolutely. And one of the best like castings like ever was
James
McAvoy and Michael
Fassbender.
Fassbender.
And it's crazy because the last time it was done so well too with Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen. It's crazy that they did that twice.
Stepping into the shoes of both those two legendary
actors.
knighted actors. And then it's like, he'll pick it up. I don't know. It's just really well. And it's like also trying to directly follow up one of the most iconic superhero scenes ever of like the first X-Men movie, and when Eric's getting separated at on the concentration camp. It's like, oh, it's crazy. It's like it feels like no, they shouldn't touch it, but then they do. They revisit it and they pull it off. It's awesome.
And they incorporate it in the story, so it's not just there to be like, look, here's something that happened in the first movie.
You remember? It's like no, it's actually good.
It's important.
Yeah. And the little coin through the forehead. That's crazy.
Oh, that is. I was when we got done watching it, I was like, I think this might be one of my favorite moments of revenge in a film. Just the whole his line delivery goes so hard. I believe in everything you've said. Unfortunately, you killed my mother, and it's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, he's like, yep.
Now
like
here's
that's
what's
it.
going to happen. I'm going to count to 3, and I'm going to move this coin.
It's so good. So good.
What an awful way to die.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you see Charles like, like
like
fucking screaming. Oh, it's so good. just cutting back and forth. Kevin Bacon's just standing there. You know, they put a coin through his head for real for that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's why we don't see him.
Kevin
much.
Bacon. I like Kevin Bacon in that movie too. He's fun as Sebastian Shaw.
Yeah, I think last time I called him. I think
Robert Shaw?
like Robert Shaw, which is the actor from Jaws.
Sebastian.
Totally different.
Seabass, if you will.
Yeah,
Seabass.
Seabass.
Miles, what else have you been watching aside from X-Men?
So I watched the second season of the One Piece live action.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it real? The One Piece?
Yeah, it's probably real. No, the season 2 was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I don't like the style that they chose for Chopper, but other than that, I think that they did a good job picking actors and doing set dressing, and I especially liked all of the costumes that they did this season. It seemed like every episode they had very fun, unique kind of looks and get-ups, and it just everything felt, One Piecey. So it was cool.
I'm not a One Piece guy, but like One Piece fans are very passionate from what I see, and they seem to like it. So
Yeah.
yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's rare
all
for,
the non what would you call that, depraved ones like it.
the ones that are mad about the size of the lady's boobs.
Yeah, those people are crazy.
Yeah.
Is it just as
Like
good
it-
as the live action? What's it called? Space Cowboy. What the
Cowboy Bebop.
honestly-
Bebop.
Honestly, I
God.
think it's better.
I mean,
The Cowboy Bebop live action was trash.
Yeah, it's
dude.
not
It
a
was
high
garbage.
Yeah.
That's, oof,
Yeah.
bad.
Have
Anyway.
they ever done a good live action remake of an anime?
I guess
What?
this one.
One
Outside
Piece
of
seems
this?
to be the one that I hear the most, at least
Yeah.
from fans. that
Yeah,
seem to
One
like it.
Piece is probably the most passable. Well, Oda, who wrote One Piece or is still writing One Piece, has a lot of creative input for it, which is good.
I'm sure that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like, so when you see the character designs, they feel like they were designed by him, even when they do need to change a little bit just to suit live action. Yeah, it's good,
Interesting.
Okay.
worth watching. And then I also continued watching Scrubs. So yeah, through episode 4 on that now.
It's good.
Yep.
I like it a lot too.
Yep.
Jason. Oh, sorry.
No, that was it.
No, that's it. All I watched was X-Men.
Funny enough, I watched the superhero one. I haven't watched a Marvel movie since like Thunderbolts, which was like around this time last year.
Yeah, about a year ago.
But I just I think it was because Red Letter Media did their whole Sam Raimi thing. I watched Multiverse of Madness again, and like the first time watching it through, I was like annoyed by a lot of like more like wider Marvel things that were happening. But like rewatching it just on its own as its own movie, it's pretty fun. I mean, it is fun. I did like it when it came out. I'm pretty sure I gave it like a positive review. But like I think I enjoyed it even more now the second time just on its own. It's just like I really wish Sam Raimi would continue Doctor Strange, because he seems like he had a lot of fun, even though he was dealing with so much crap while making that movie. They had like so many production issues and stuff, and yet there's a lot of the best parts of Sam Raimi's like fun directorial style that like really carried through that movie. And on a totally different note, I watched The Green Knight again,
good movie.
Nice.
just cause, yeah, and it's
Fucking love that movie.
it's
Yeah, it's a
great.
great movie.
Yeah. I got it for Christmas like the year came out, and I'm like, and so I hadn't watched it. I didn't actually watch the physical media, and yeah, it's so cool. And I got to watch some of the behind the scenes stuff, how they like did a lot of the effects, and I didn't realize how much like the like matte, like there's a name for it, I can't think of it, but basically just like how the digital landscaping they do in that movie, how much they did. Like I thought most of it seemed like it was shot on location in like Ireland and stuff, which some of it was, but even then they just built entire sets of where it was just like the guy just walking like on like a little path, and then they just expanded it outward, and it just like wow, like the amount of like detail and like how seamless a lot of it looks is super impressive. So yeah, the movie totally holds up. Love that movie.
I've never seen Multiverse and Madness.
I think you'd. I mean, it's like it's one of those where there's parts of it that are like, this is so dumb. Like this is like real. You can like practically see like the studio notes,
Yeah.
where they're like, please include Mr. Fantastic, and it's like, okay. But like a lot of the other stuff that like Sam Raimi had control over, which is just like the like little gimmicks and like, I don't know, a lot of the camera work and everything is really fun. And I know a lot of people complained like they made Wanda like she's just the villain in that movie. Spoilers. But I liked it. I thought she was really fun and terrifying. They lean into like the scary witch aspect of her, which is like right up Sam Raimi's alley. So yeah, I feel like he was like, well, I can make her the villain. Sweet. Then she's going to be a villain in this. It's not like, well, maybe it's like, no, she's a villain. She's like killing shitload of people. And it's really cool. So
I like how you're like, you can't know to gauge if I'd like it or not. I saw you be like,
I was like, if I think like best case scenario, I think you'd like it on the same level of like the bad X-Men movies.
Okay.
Where it's
Okay.
kind of a mess, but it's still fun and enjoyable to watch.
The real
yeah.
question is, do you think Miles would like it?
No. No, I can't say that at all.
That one has the girl in the jean jacket in it, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I don't like it.
I also watched Happy Death Day to You,
Oh,
which is a great title.
the follow-up.
It was okay. I think it's kind of interesting that it's like a completely different genre. Like it's not even really like the first movie is like a horror comedy kind of with like the whole, but just with like the Groundhog Day thing.
Yeah.
This movie's more like a like fucking Back to the Future movie or some shit because it's all about how they fuck with like the timeline. There's like her boyfriend's like dorm mate was working on some kind of like multiverse machine thing, and they fuck with the timeline. So like when she comes back to her cycle, everything's like wrong. Like her boyfriend's dating someone else. She's not in like one of the classes. There's just like everything's wrong basically. Yeah. And once again, she's stuck in like a time loop for some reason. I don't know. It's kind of fun. I like that it just like went in a completely different direction. Like it's hardly like a horror movie at this point at all. Mm-hmm. There is kind of still that happening because there is still like a person in a mask like trying to butcher her, but it's a much smaller part of the movie. It's more like dumb sciencey stuff. Like there's like she's writing equations and trying to figure out how to like end up back in the right timeline. And like one of the big things is, and this is what I will say about both of these movies, they're both very dumb, but I like that they bother giving her an arc in both movies. Like I like that because one of the big cruxes of the movie is that like her mom's dead, like normally, but like in this timeline, her mom's like still alive. So there's like this whole like debate she has with herself of like, well, maybe I should just like stay here, even though like it's everything else is completely like wrong. I don't know. I liked it. I'm a little disappointed this didn't turn into like a bigger franchise because it seems fun. And like the fact that the second movie is so vastly different from the first, I feel like they could have pumped out a few more of these movies and done more. But I did look it up. I guess they are making a third one, which a lot of people didn't think was ever going to happen. But that's Happy Death Day 3 will come out eventually.
Yeah, because I feel like the first one got like a decent reception.
Holy shit.
Miles' cat just burst through the walls.
She's realizing it's dinner time.
She's still not used to the time change.
Well, no, it's actually is her dinner time right
She's
now.
been
Yeah.
screaming.
She's like, flambe. What have I told you?
But yeah, I guess they are going to make a third one, so
Cool.
I'll be interested. The actress says it's going to be about ending that character's journey.
I
The
think
character whose name, by the way, is Tree, which I find really funny.
That's funny, dude. I hate like shitting on like Gen Z because I feel like as millennials we should have been like, hey guys, like we can't pass that, like, we got shit on a lot by like Xers and Boomers and stuff. It's like we should be nicer to the next generation. But one thing I do think is funny is like a lot of Gen Z's names. Like I know some dudes, it's like there's dudes that just sound like ingredients. I don't know.
Hey, dudes that sound like ingredients.
But that's like honestly, that's not on Gen Z though.
No, it's not.
That's on their parents.
Yeah, that's on us millennials
Yeah.
and Gen X.
Gen
like,
X.
come on, guys.
And like, I try not to shit on Gen Z too much, but
Yeah.
like sometimes they just deserve it. Like,
I mean, it's because they're kids. That's the thing. Is some kids are dumb and they're supposed to be dumb. Like it's fine. We were dumb too. We were
I
cringy.
do think the character's name is like Teresa or some shit.
They
And
just
she
call her
goes
Tree.
by Tree.
Yeah.
But I remember like the first movie, we were halfway through it. I was like, her name's Tree? What? and then when we were watching the second one, Shai said, oh yeah, like the character Bree, and I was like, oh, that's not her name. Her name is not Bree. Her name is Tree. Whatever. I don't know. I'm a little happy it's getting a third movie though. I'll go see it. I think they're dumb, but they're like also kind of fun, and I liked it. I liked them.
That's cool.
I will never watch those movies.
I feel like next spooky season, or this coming one, I'll try to like give them a watch.
Yeah.
It's like I've stayed away from the Smile franchise, the Death
So have
Day
I.
franchise, and Terrifier franchise, which is like
That's like hardcore shit right there. The
Yeah.
Terrifier movies.
I tried watching
I
like
have no interest.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know
really
why.
care.
Like,
yeah. People are like, oh, that's like he's one of the next big slashers. I'm like, I don't know.
The
You guys
it
are
just feels
finally
like it's
coming
trying
around.
too hard.
the Smile movies don't appeal to me at all. I don't know.
It's
I'm
got
just
your
like,
boy in them though.
is he in one of them?
I think he's in all of them.
Isn't there
he
only
really?
two?
Kyle Gallner.
Isn't there
yeah,
only
well, he's
two?
in the
Oh.
two.
Yeah.
They just, I don't know what it is. Like I've seen the trailer and I'm like, it just like looks.
The first
Fine.
trailer for the first one looks so dumb to me. And then I think I did see like a behind the scenes creature design for the second one, and that's the only thing that like actually intrigued me. I was like, whoa, like that looks crazy. Like not what I would expect of this franchise of like, we start people smiling, that's how you know you're gonna die. And it's like I feel like we did something like that with The Ring and Stranger Calls and like
Final Destination
The
even.
Curse. Yeah, like it's like there's other movies that have done that,
I
and it's
think-
like
I think it's nice that you guys are all finally realizing that the entire genre of horror is trash.
not what
We're
this
just
is.
talking about.
I
a
mean,
couple
that's what it
movies.
sounds like right now.
Talking about 3 franchises.
Yeah, 3 very popular franchises.
Yeah, I mean, but
fine.
it
It
doesn't
shows
really.
it shows the level of quality of horror fans as well.
Or just
Okay,
movies
all
in
right.
general. There are good movies of every genre and bad movies of every genre.
Unless
Exactly.
the defining characteristic of the genre is that it's bad.
Okay.
I don't think there is a genre where that's true.
Horror.
We don't need to do
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
Miles, we have 8 months till October. Can you hold it?
Fine, I'll hold off on.
Save it for 8 months, bro.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's my choice. I think somebody asked me what I'm
Hey,
gonna pick.
so Blake, I was thinking about it, and we've decided that we want to give you another option, another choice.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're letting you pick the next movie. So what?
It's your
what do you-
last fucking chance. Man.
For what? Wait, what?
What movie are you picking for us to watch next week?
Did you forget already?
Add it up. I want to watch The Passenger from
The-
2023.
The Passenger.
Also starring Kyle Gallner,
Is
by
that
the
Iggy
way.
Pop? What?
This movie.
The Passenger. Interesting.
I'm kind of excited to. I watched it last year. It was part of that wave of Kyle Gallner movies that everybody was all hot about. I actually think so. This is the least popular of that wave, and it's probably like actually like the 3 or 4. It's definitely like the least good, but I like it and I want to watch it. I think it's imperfect. I think it has a lot of flaws, but I also remember really actually enjoying it and it kind of being different than what I had anticipated, and it has kind of a. I don't know. It's a weird movie, and I'm excited to discuss it and watch it. So
Okay.
watch The Passenger, starring Kyle Gallner from
2023.
2023.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
Interesting. You have 1 week to watch this movie. Just kidding. Okay. Thank you guys for
Thank you.
listening.
Bye.